Tuning in to this here Minute with Mary. You're actually catching the replay. So do me a favor and put hashtag replay down below. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to create a beautiful, simple eyeshadow look using just one eyeshadow. I know a lot of people, when it comes to eyeshadows, you may feel very intimidated by using lots of different colors and knowing which colors are right for you or where to even place the eyeshadows. So this month I thought that I'd help you in regards to those skills, and we're going to start off nice and slow by just working with one shadow. Now, of course, this is the month of love, the month of February, so I decided to go for a pretty little pink shade. I am going to be having a bunch of new eyeshadows that actually are available limited edition this month. So if you are someone who loves eyeshadow colors, you're going to want to make sure you check those things out at minutewithmary.com. Do me a favor too, when you do see this, put a little hashtag hello lovely. It's your little way to give me a high five over the internet. And if you want to make sure that you get to see all of my live videos, just tap my little freckled nose and some notifications will pop on up on your screen, so that way you can make sure to catch all my live videos. So here we go. We're going to work with this beautiful pink shade that I have right here. Hi Anne, how are you? As you can see, it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. Now, I am 39 years old. I'm going to be turning 40 this year. And a lot of people are under the assumption that as you get older, you're not allowed to wear necessarily anything that has a little bit of a luminescence to it, a little bit of that shimmer, that it's too young. And I will tell you this, there are no rules when it comes to makeup. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. But I will also say, depending upon the different types of products, they are going to sit on your eyelids differently. So one of the big things that is a concern as you get a little bit older is the texture of your eyelids, and you might just start to get a little bit of fine lines or creping there. I know for me, one of my big issues is over time gravity has made my eyelids droop a little bit. So that also happens. A lot of people's skin often changes as well, and they may have more of an oily complexion. So if you're someone, when you do put on your eyeshadows, you notice that it doesn't lay right, or it gets kind of creased and all kind of stuck inside your eyelid, and or you put on your eyeshadows and by lunchtime you can't even tell you have anything on, I'm going to highly recommend that you grab yourself a little bit of eye primer. So my eye primer honestly lasts me like 2 years. It's out of control. You just use a very, very little amount and you just kind of pat it on your eyelid. It has slightly a nude color and it's a bit of like a tacky consistency because it's really going to grab those eyeshadows, which I absolutely love. Hi Stephanie, how are you? Great to see you. Do me a favor, put hashtag hello lovely. So I'm just kind of patting this on, smoothing it over that eyelid. And this is really going to grab and hold on to the colors, but also really make your eyeshadows look like they do in the pan. I don't know if you've ever applied eyeshadows before where it looks like it's going to be a nice bold color, and then once it gets on your eyelid, it's not as saturated as you thought it was going to be. So there could be a couple of different reasons. Either you're using the wrong brush and or maybe you should be using some eye primer. So for me right now, I'm loving eye primer, especially as I said, as my eyelids have gotten a little bit droopier over the past couple of years. So I am going to be working with this shade, and as I said, it does have a bit of a shimmer to it. And the cool thing that I love about shimmers versus glitters, glitters have a bit more of that chunky glitter. You do think of it as either a little bit more youthful or you use a very little amount. The shimmer just has more of that kind of light catching element to it. And as you blend it, when it's not super saturated, as it's blended, it does become more of a matte color. And I love this technique when you're working with one eyeshadow to choose something that does have a little bit of a shimmer to it, because it's really going to create a multi-dimensional eyeshadow look with just one product. Now, I am also going to be using my favorite eyeshadow brush. This is the Fluffy Crease Brush. I'm going to break it on down for you. Thank you for the hashtag hello lovely, Stephanie. So the Fluffy Crease Brush is just a great all-purpose brush. If you don't have eyeshadow brushes, they're going to make a world of difference when it comes to using your eyeshadows. So this right here is a little crease brush, you know, when you're trying to get really precise and have really saturated colors. And then this right here is a blending brush. I love blending brushes. But you can see it's kind of like this happy in between. It's like the crease brush and the fluffy brush had a little baby, and it's the Fluffy Crease Brush. So it's a bit more densely packed than this soft fluffy brush, but it's a bit bigger than the crease brush. So great all-purpose item right here, especially for those of you who are more makeup minimalists, or maybe you just kind of wanted to try something new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shimmer shade right here, Add a little bit of the product right there to that fluffy crease brush. And now I'm going to go to town and add it to my lower lid. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Vicky. Do me a favor and put hashtag hello lovely. So I'm going to take that product and I'm just going to swipe it on that lid, on that lower lid. And I'm going to tell you a very common mistake that people do when they apply their eyeshadows is they just apply it right here. They kind of put it on that lower lid, pretty much up to the crease, and they think that's that. They're like, bada bing, bada boom, easy and done. Problem is that if you have any sort of a hood to your eye, the sagginess to your eye, it kind of sucks up a bunch of that eyeshadow real estate. So what I recommend, whether you have a hooded eye or not, is to actually bring the eyeshadow up a little bit higher on your eyelid, not just the lower lid, because this is going to help actually make your eye look bigger, make your eyeshadow look a little bit more complete. So I'm still just going to take whatever was left on that brush, and above my crease, I'm going to swipe it in a windshield wiper kind of rainbow shape. And remember what I said, as you have these kind of shimmer shades, so not a glitter, but more of just a shimmer, when you blend it out, it loses some of that shimmer aspect to it. So you don't necessarily have to worry, okay? As I said, you can wear any kind of makeup at any age, but I do find for me that I like to use this kind of a product and blend it the higher up I go, and it does become a bit more matte. So you bring it up until about, I mean, honestly, even just the width of your eyeshadow brush, and you keep that area underneath your brow free and clear from your eyeshadow, but you can really make use of that real estate. Another thing that you can do is you can try to see how much outside of your eye you can be using that eyeshadow. A lot of people kind of only apply their eyeshadow and they stop above where their eye ends, but you can actually bring it all the way out here. If you take your tool and you go from your nostril to the end of your eye to your brow, you can honestly work with that whole real estate there. So really kind of play with how high and how wide you're going with your eyeshadows. Ooh, I got a piece of hair somewhere. And see how that makes your eye, how does it make it look? Does it make it look bigger? Does it make it look brighter? Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Tammy. Thank you so much for the hashtag. Hello, lovely. So I just added a nice little swath of color after dipping my fluffy crease brush into it once. Now I'm going to actually try to saturate that color a little bit more on the lower lid. I added just a really nice light layer all the way up to here, keeping right underneath my brow, free from the product. So I'm going back in with that same product. Remember, we're just working with one eyeshadow, and I am going to more saturate it on that lower lid. So we're adding just kind of like another layer to it. Because it is more saturated, the shimmer will be picked up a little bit more. It will be a bit more bold of this nice light pink. And when you do this with whatever kind of eyeshadow, whether it's shimmer or matte, you really get to make use of the fact that by blending, it lightens, okay? By layering, it more saturates it. It makes it a little bit more dark. And if it has a luminosity to it, if it has a light catching bit to it, that's also gonna pop a little bit more the stronger and the thicker of the application. So that being said, hi Sarah, thanks so much for saying hello, lovely. So that being said, so I took one layer and I lightly applied it all on my eyelid. Then I took a second layer and I applied it more on my lower lid, so it's a bit more saturated. And lastly, I'm gonna take just my little ring finger, pop it in that color right there, and I'm actually gonna catch it right in that inner corner, that little inner V. This is one of my favorite spots if it is a light catching shimmer shade, to really kind of pop it right there to add a little bit of brightness to my eye. Some other people like to put it more right on the center of your eye. It just makes your eye stand out a little bit more. So just with that one eyeshadow, I was able to create something that makes it look like I'm wearing 2 or 3 different types. Now this is a very light, not dramatic, more like an everyday kind of shade. You can see it right here, but I did pick it because it is Valentine's Day month. I know a lot of people are more makeup minimalists right now, but you might want to just have a little something on your eyelids. I am going to add just a smidge of eyeliner. I'm going to be going back and forth between pencil eyeliner and liquid eyeliner this month, teaching you different tips and tricks along the way, but I am using just a black pencil eyeliner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look down, not look straight across, and I'm just gonna kind of drag it along the lash line. You're gonna see a lot of people who kind of pull their eyelid taut. That is their own choice, that is your own choice, but I will say that the skin around your eyes, this crow's feet area, it's super, super thin, so you wanna be really, really gentle with it. Tammy says, I didn't see what color of shadow are you using. Will this work with the liquid shadows? Yes, this same technique will work with liquid shadows, Tammy. So this is just a pressed shadow. It's in the Minute with Mary shade Slick. So it's kind of like a shimmer pink shade right here. But the same technique will work with the liquid shadows. You just have to work a little quickly, and you do one eye at a time when it comes to the liquid shadows, as they do dry rather quickly. So I'm just gonna go right in that lash line, and I'm just making little short strokes. So once again, if you do have texture on your eyelids, and by texture I mean kind of those bumps, those little folds, the little wrinkles kind of on your eyelid, rather than worrying about having to draw straight across, take it and do little tick marks. And that's going to give you a much more accurate, controllable line where you're not gonna be upset with yourself looking at all the different little texture and bumps on your lid. So I draw pretty much as close as I can into that lash line, and then I'm gonna go underneath the lashes and do the same thing. The reason that I do this is because I have that saggy eyelid. I don't necessarily want to have a big thick line of eyeliner, but I do love the fact that eyeliner really makes your eyes pop. It really helps your lashes stand out a little bit more. So by going underneath and drawing on that lash line, it's going to make my lashes look nice and thick and full without having to worry that I'm going to end up looking like Amy Winehouse. Really, really easy, right? So just using those little tick marks, tick, 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 and connecting them rather than pulling your eyelid taut, drawing across like that, being harsh. You don't have to worry about that. Now, when it comes to everyday eyeshadow and eyeliner, I do not choose to do a whole bunch with eyeliner on my lower lashes. For me, every day, I kind of like to just kind of focus on the top lashes. I might take a little bit of that leftover eyeshadow and bring it underneath a little bit. But aside from that, I don't do too awfully much. If it's more of a glam look, if I'm going to be using a lot of bolder colors, or if it's a date night, I will utilize some more stuff on that lower lid. But as I said, kind of for my more neutral, subtle, daytime look, this is the look I'm going for. Now I'm going to finish things off with some mascara. Hi Kristen, how are you? Great to see you. I'm going to take out my mascara. It's a cold time of year. I mean, I've been sharing with you guys videos and pictures of our blizzard. We just had an ice storm. It's been bananas. And my makeup setup is cold. It's near a window, which is beautiful because I could look outside and see the sunset. But it does mean that my products can be a little cold. So when you have your mascara, when you start your makeup routine, I want you to do one of two things. I want you to either stick it in your bra. Yep, I just said that and I just did that. You can put it in your pocket. You can even have a warm cup of water and stick it in there. And so while you're doing the rest of your makeup routine, your mascara is getting a little bit warmer. Now, we're not trying to get it hot. We're not doing anything crazy like putting it in the microwave. You're just trying to warm it up, because as your mascara is warmer, it is going to apply a heck of a lot better. It's going to go on smooth like butter, particularly if the mascara is towards the end of its lifespan. So mascara does need to be changed the soonest out of all of your makeup. You do need a new mascara at least once a season, at least every 3 months, whether you use it every day or not, just because of the amount of bacteria and gross things that can be happening in there. Trust me, you're gonna do yourself a favor. So as it is getting towards the end of its lifespan and it's not as smooth as you would like it to be, if you give it a little bit of a warm up, it's going to be an absolute game changer. So if you're watching right now and you've ever done that tip where you warmed up your mascara one way or another, let me know right now in the comments. Sarah says, my hubby just walked in the door from shoveling and chiseling out the mailbox, and I got a box of goodies. Yay! Sarah's perfect timing. Perfect timing. And look at him being so good shoveling. We definitely have some ice cracking to do. I feel like I'm gonna have to be Kristoff from the first Frozen movie and like cut out some ice chunks that have formed on my driveway and everything, and even on my stairs, because what ended up happening, for those of you who don't live around here, is we ended up getting we had a blizzard last week, and then we had a rainstorm, and then the rainstorm turned into an ice storm, and then it snowed on top. So we've got essentially an ice skating rink going on in Rhode Island, and it's a little dangerous. All right, my kids have come back in, which is perfect timing because I'm wrapping up this little look. So a little bit of that mascara. Fun little thing, if you do want the ends of your lashes to look a little bit more dramatic, you just take that same wand and you just pounce it on the tips of your lashes. It's just gonna add a little bit of extra product. So I love to really accentuate the kind of outer half and even outer third of my lashes. I just find it super feminine and, you know, kind of that little cat eye, that little butterfly wing thing. But yeah, just pouncing it on the outer portion of that that lid, it's really going to make a huge difference. You can see I didn't even have to curl my eyelashes. If you don't have a dynamite mascara that makes you feel like a bombshell, you gotta chat with me because I want to hook you up and make you feel fabulous. Same up there in New Hampshire, says Sarah, with the ice and the snow. It's so gross. And I see Amy tuning in. She says, I run the mascara wand under the tap for a second and then I swirl it around the mascara tube. It works so well. I love that. Yeah, whatever you do, don't take it out and pump it. Don't take it out and scrape it. All of those bad habits that you're probably taught as a teenager, or maybe you've seen some people on YouTube do, that actually like breaks down your product, dries it out, does some bad things to it. So there you have it. Come here, you want to say a little hello? I've got my first visitor, which means this mommy makeup session is done. Little did I know when I named my brand Minute with Mary. Hey, you're too loud. Little did I know when I named my company Minute with Mary that it really would kind of need to feel like that, because you only get a few minutes. You get a few minutes as a busy mom to kind of get ready and do things, right?
Beep beep.
Can you say goodbye?
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Okay, shh, shh, shh. If you're not inside my VIP group, just search the hashtag Minute with Mary. I'd love to have you in there. Going to be sharing some other tips and tricks there for you, and helping people in particular exactly with their eye shape, their eye color, you know, to really help you navigate eyeshadows this month, because it's the month of love. Say Happy Valentine's Day.
Mamma mia.
Okay, that is my cue. Happy Saturday, happy Olympics, and oh, I have another friend. Come on up and say hi. All right, see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in. Say thank you, everybody.